Good morning. I am excited for the day. It is almost the weekend. Well, it is technically the weekend for me. Um, the garden has been doing good. We did get a really big rain. I did shoot some video that I'll put on later regarding the rain and all of the things that were happening during that time. This morning, I went out and fed the bunnies, the dogs, the chickens, the cat. Yeah, all that happened earlier this morning. I did end up harvesting something, which I'm going to show you. Try to. It's a big bowl. Right now, it's soaking in salt water. The kale, because of the rain, some of the kale was flopped over, and I don't want it to get disease or anything else. And so I harvested that really quick. I am going to make a kale salad today with some sweet potatoes and bring that to work with me, which will be great because I've been doing really good at eating, prepping my meals, like my son and my daughter-in-law. So another cool thing that I've been getting ready to do is read this book again, prep and getting ready for that because it's going to be preserving season soon. I did see that a lot of the plant medicines that we did get from for $1 are moving along. They are growing. That rain really helped them out. I really been tending to them and watching them and pulling off the dead leaves and doing all the things. So that's been really great. This and this have been utilized daily. My husband's been loving it. I just ship it off with him to work with his lunch, and he's been drinking it throughout the day. We are only doing, first of all, I do my little, I go to thrift stores and buy these little tiny cute mugs. So I just do one little shot of that. I've been doing good on my ginger drinks in the mornings, and then he takes one of these to work, and then that's been it. We do not drink coffee all day, but we're liking this for the summer months. I don't know how we'll do with warm coffee. It's really not my jam, but we will see. I like warm tea. So I'm going to mix up some of this for the day and start making lunches and get the day rolling. Yesterday, we decided that we wanted to keep our bikes down where our businesses are so we can just, right when we're done with work, go on a long bike ride. Yesterday, we went on a very long bike ride. In my opinion, it was a long bike ride, maybe not for them, but it was really cool because I just am really enjoying that e-bike. I have been pedaling my little butt off to get to everywhere that we go. We went over bridges to a different city actually, which was really cool. And then coming back was when I was like, okay, vroom, vroom, let's do this. And it worked great. I do want to get my husband an e-bike sometime soon. So I've been researching that on which one and how. He doesn't really like the handlebars on mine because they are curved off. He wants the straight handlebars, but we'll see. Today at work, I'm going to look into that as well. So I'm going to get this started. Oh, another thing, if you have any suggestions in the comments, this is going to be over. I'm almost through this now, and I've had it since February. Is there a type of coffee that you enjoy? I love doing local, but I'm just thinking if I do go to Costco or a big box store, what should I be looking at? What are the good ones? I don't know. So just give a suggestion if you have one, because I'm very curious. With this machine and that French press, you need an actual bean and not the grounds. So keep that in mind when you give your suggestions. Another thing that I thought about chatting about is that, when we were young, we helped my great aunt. I was really little, but my parents and my grandparents helped my great aunt and uncle build a cabin in Ely, right on the Boundary Waters, the entrance to the Boundary Waters. And I have always loved camping life and cabin life. And we do that often now that we have we did it, we would tent before, but now that we have the camper, we go more often. But we also used to visit my aunt and uncle and my cousin's cabin. it was the first time that I like was covered in leeches and all the things. But them are, looking back in retrospect, them are great memories, right? During the time, I'm sure I was like, Mom, Dad, what's happening? But we always used to visit them. And I remember that they like had chickens up there. They had a really scary outhouse, which made it really fun. But we have a lot of memories up there. And even as a teenager, me and um, my husband was best friends with my cousin growing up. So when we were younger, we would go up there, me and my husband, and we would like play tag in the woods, play hide and go seek, play spades. Like all the couples would go up there, and it would be really fun. So I remember that. Anyways, long story short, we have been wanting. We're gonna go take the kids up to my cousin's cabin, the cabin that we used to visit when we were little. And I think that I don't want to say too much, but there is a possibility of space up there that just came available, and I'm like really giddy about what the possibilities could be surrounding that. Both of my sons love the woods, love water, all of that, and their partners. So it's like we want to go up there, take a trip up to my cousin's cabin and kind of see what it's about again and visit some other spaces. And, you know, I live by my heart, right? So when something speaks to me and I pray on it and it feels just like the right thing, I am like really excited about it. And I like really am talking to my family about it and pushing it, right? But the rest of my family, like all of them, are like really my anchors. They're like, okay, let's look at the logistics and if this is manageable, if this is the right time. Like they're really good at that. And so there's a really beautiful balance within our family, because if it was just me, I'd be like, and this and this and that and over there, and which is great that you have that, but you need that balance. And so thankfully we are going to be planning a trip and dreaming up what that could look like for us as a family, and then my cousin and their extended family, and just a beautiful space to navigate through like each other's visions and dreams. I think that is beneficial for every human to do. It keeps that flame alive of your imagination and that younger person inside that dreams up things and envision things when they were little. And that little girl still lives inside of me, and she has a vantage point, and she is has grown stronger. I never dim that down. I let her flourish, and she has, and she just is popping up everywhere these days. So yeah, that's happening. And I better get to going with this coffee. My water is boiling. My counter is like so full right now because I have the book, I have the coffee, I have the grinder, I have the French press, I have the kale, I have the salt, I have all the things. And so I need to get going and figure out what my next steps are with this. I'm going to not put this on right now because it's going to be very loud. Okay, I ground this up. The other thing, it's a whole vibe when I'm smelling this. The other thing is I am curious about with this French press is that it says to grind up the coffee beans, but it says like to keep them a little bit coarse. And I overthink how ground they should be. So I'm always like, oh, is that too much? Is it too little? Yeah, that seems reasonable and correct, maybe. Maybe it's not. Either way, we're gonna drink it. And so there you have it. It is what it is. And then also remembering, because I don't do this all the time, I'm sure there's a lot of people that could do this half sleep, and I'm sure half of the world who enjoys coffee does this half sleep. I forget how the heck to do this, so I just pour this into the French press. Maybe there you have it. I did that on the bottom. You can't see that though, right there. And then you are going to do what? I'm telling you, the sensation that I get from the smell of coffee is so real. And I'm enjoying it more. I really am. I I don't like crave it yet. I love the smell, but I don't crave the taste. And I just still love my tea for that morning burst. And so I don't know. Maybe there will be a day, you know? Okay. I have to clean that out. This needs to be cleaned. We will let this steep while it's rocking and rolling in there, and then we will start to clean up. You know, I keep a clean kitchen at night, and then in the morning I have to do like a once over because, you know, I'm cooking a big breakfast, I'm making the coffee, I'm making the lunches, and preparing my family to get on their day. I am excited to read this book again. So, you know, I've glanced through it. I think I read it like full front to back one time. And then I just browse through and make what recipes I want to make. But I'm excited to go through it again and see what's happening in there. Okay, I gotta get going on my day. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you feel loved wherever you're at, and I hope you bring joy to the people you encounter today, because that is important, and people really need that these days. Dokshta,